Let's talk Jake Paul. That was
An interesting fight.
very interesting. We watched that one with Muin, Marab, and a couple of Muin's family. I think his dad. He said
His dad,
and his
maybe
brother.
his older brother.
Yeah,
Was-
it was a good fight. Like
Tommy's pretty good,
he's solid.
but
But-
so is Jake.
When you compare Tommy, you think Tyson. You think Fury, you think Tyson Fury.
Okay.
And then you see Tommy Fury and you're just like, they're not one and the same. And with that being said, you can kind of see the deficiency, not the deficiency, but the lack of skill in comparison to his brother. Not lack of skill like he doesn't have skill, but in comparison to his brother, you're like, it leaves you with more to be desired because you're like, the Gypsy King is so goddamn good and unbelievable. You just want more from Tommy Fury, but you're just not going to get it.
Okay. I just thought of a cool question. Would you rather be Tyson or Tommy Fury?
Tyson or Tommy Fury?
Yeah, which one would you rather be?
Tyson all day, bro.
So you'd rather look like you'd rather look like Tyson Fury?
Listen, when you have money, the girls don't care what you look like, bro.
But then they all only like you for your money. It's not for your...
Hey, as a man, do we even care?
Yeah.
Do we?
Some of us have... Never mind.
What?
Some of us have emotions.
No, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying as a man, it's kind of like you want a girl who's gonna be faithful to you, that's gonna help take care of you, and they want a man who's going to be providing stability in your life.
That's true. But so now Tommy's $7 million richer,
Yeah.
and he just beat Jake Paul, so he's clouded.
Yeah, okay.
So you'd still rather be Tyson?
Yeah.
I would too. I was just testing you.
Yeah. I think I still would rather be Tyson for what it's worth.
Yeah.
But it was a good fight, competitive, back and forth. Like Jake Paul showed a lot of promise. I think he can definitely do some damage in the boxing world. Not saying he's gonna be Canelo. Not saying he's gonna ever be a Floyd.
Yeah.
Not saying he's gonna be an Amir Khan in terms of like his technique. Spence, Javante Davis, but he can crack. He's putting in the work, and that's very respectable. And I think when you see that and what he stands for in terms of like trying to get an increase in fighter pay, trying to put on entertaining fights, trying to even put these other MMA fighters in a position to make more money.
Yeah.
I mean, who can ever be mad at that guy?
No. And I still think, like, I know the narrative going into this fight was if Jake loses, then he's done, like, his boxing career is over.
How?
But he had a good fight. It's not like it was a pretty close fight. And he knocked Tommy Fury down. There's going to be a rematch. He can always fight KSI. Like, I feel like there's a lot more for him.
For Jake.
And he'll make a lot of money in 2 or 3 more fights.
For Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a couple more bags for him to go out there and get a robbery. what was he doing?
It was like right before the fight he did an interview, and Jake just kept going,
When I hear that, I just think about got your nose.
got your hat. Remember when he
Yeah,
took
oh yeah,
Floyd's
that
hat?
got your hat. Yo, Mayweather was tight.
Yo, that makes me like how viral that moment was. That makes me just like think like
He's such a kid.
He's
bro.
he's so good at promoting fights. Like
He's such a
think
child.
about how the value that adds to like pay-per-view sales. If you just have a viral moment like that the night before a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was actually really excited to watch this fight. For some odd reason, I was like, I'm like actually emotionally invested in wanting to watch this.
Yeah, I don't know why I care so much about Jake Paul, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This is a very strange moment for myself, but you know, I like I said, I enjoyed what he's doing and the type of attention he's trying to bring to combat sports. So definitely commendable for that. And with that being said, I think he has nothing to hang his head about. He fought a good fight. Tommy should have won in the sense of like I thought he was looking better. I think he is the better boxer who's been doing it longer.
Decision.
I think it's the right decision,
Okay.
but I think it was closer than what it actually said.
Yeah. Well, they deducted a point, which everyone thinks is BS.
Yeah, I agree.
And according to Jake, he had what he thought was 2 10-8 rounds. I got to go back and watch.
Well, why did you think it was 2
I don't
10-8
know.
rounds? 10-8 rounds, you could get that from a knockdown.
Exactly.
But he didn't knock him down twice.
He did have one knockdown.
Yeah.
And then I don't know where the other round was where he thought he got a 10-8.
Unless we were talking and missed it.
Well, our stream kept glitching out.
What stream?
Our pay-per-view kept glitching out.
What's wrong with you?
I mean, all right, I'll cut that out.
This guy, I don't know about this guy. I was watching it at my house.
No, yeah, like my stream kept glitching out.
Yeah.
I didn't pay for the pay-per-view, but Aljo did.
But
you seem like, okay, you kept saying, like, I can't believe, like, this is what combat sports has come to, where people want to watch these fights. Like, so you seemed almost like you're interested in it, but you are kind of sad that you're interested in it. Why is that?
Because there's actual guys out there who are putting in real time in the gym and have paid their dues that should be getting those type of paydays, and they're not. So when I see that and I see a guy who comes in from the Disney World, taking a couple jokester fights for a spectacle against Nate Robinson, then Ben Askren, and going out there, and it's like, I'm glad he's making money. But what I'm saying is I am shocked that this is what people would rather tune into. And I'm not speaking for everybody, obviously, but the younger generation would rather watch their favorite YouTuber go out and fight versus a professional who's actually doing it. Like, it just seems like this shift in what people are putting respect on. Like, being a fighter gets you respect, gets you notoriety. People, they give you praise. Like, you are the guy, you are the girl, you know, you're the athlete. But then you got YouTubers who come in who kind of do it as a side thing, and then they're making a ton of money. Good for them. But they're making a bunch of money, and it's kind of like, you almost feel like it's a joke thing for them. Like a joke thing, mate.
Like the YouTubers who box, like they don't take it seriously.
That's how you would feel watching it. That's how that's how it originally came off to me. Okay. It's just like, kind of just coming here, just doing this for fun, and not really like giving a shit about it.
Right. But do you, like, for like Jake, like he kind of like has, for the past like 4 or 5 years, has dedicated his entire like day-to-day activities to boxing. So does that change how you,
of course,
feel about like his dedication to it?
Yeah, and I've said that too. I said the fact that he's putting in that time makes it more respectable, and it makes it more appreciative of someone like him with the popularity that he has to come in and want to put that time in, because it's a lot of time and dedication to be an athlete in any sport. So to come in and be a dedicated athlete to boxing when you already have money, it's just like, yo, you don't have to do this. And the fact that you're actually taking it serious and putting in the time makes me tip my hat to him and say, kudos to you, Jake Paul. You're a real one, you know? But again, it's still not going to change how I feel about, it's just odd to me that the new pop culture of kids, or whatever you want to call it, are more excited to watch those type of fights than to go watch. I mean, maybe I can't use Mayweather because he's an, I don't want to say anomaly, but he is the guy. But then you could use, like, I don't know, who'd you use? Canelo. Like, I feel like, and even Canelo, I mean, he's a big guy, but even the up and comers.
I almost wonder, like, which actually draws more real interest numbers wise, a Jake Paul fight or a Canelo Alvarez fight. Like, I know for me and the people who I frequent with, we definitely talk more about Jake Paul than Canelo in terms of boxing.
And that's the issue. And you're 22.
I'm 22, but you never talk about Canelo.
Well,
with me.
No.
Like, none of our friends talk about Canelo, really.
The only time I talk about Canelo is like in my group chat with my boys from back home in Uniondale.
Okay.
But if we're talking boxing or fights like Gervonta Davis, we talk about Steven Shakur, we talk about Errol Spence, Crawford.
So you do talk about other boxers?
From time to time. I don't watch it religiously, but those are the big names that I know that are promoted.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to watch MMA and then watch the up-and-comers for boxing. So that's where I stand with that. But I just think that it's just interesting to see the kids who are coming up. Like, I would rather watch the popular TikToker who does food reviews go in there and compete versus some other guy who's not really like super. It's kind of backwards.
It doesn't make sense. Like, why would you watch the lesser quality product?
Exactly.
Versus the guy who's like gonna be way better when he gets in there because he's trained his whole life.
Yes. Yeah. And that's my stance on that.
So why do you think you care so much about a Jake Paul fight? Because you actually looked forward to this Tommy Fury fight.
I think it's because I feel like Jake Paul is not slowly, I think he has removed himself from just the I'm just trying to just jump in this for a couple of fights, make some money, get out, and just see what I can do in terms of what I have from my own original popularity. Versus now he's actually training. He's literally in the gym, what it seems like from social media all the time. And I think that's respectable because at the end of the day, I respect fighters because I know the dedication and the time that it takes to put in to the sport. So that's what I respect about it.
Okay.
So the fact that he's willing to do that, I'm like, okay, bro, I tip my hat because it ain't easy and you don't have to do this like at all.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
that's
anyone who really like gets into a fight, like I'm not gonna go get punched in the face.
exactly, especially if you don't have to.
Like,
It's like why?
I've thought about starting like taking boxing classes, but then I'm like, I don't want to get punched in the face. Like that. It's like a hard stop for me.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
But that was the excitement for today, man. I mean, Jake Paul, close fight. I thought the judges got it right, and I do think they're gonna do a rematch. With that being said, I don't really know if I'm excited to watch a rematch.
I feel like I'd rather watch Jake Paul versus KSI
But you see what I'm saying? It's like you rather watch him fight KSI. And it's
now
like,
because Tommy Fury just beat him.
yeah, a legit boxer who's actually have like
Yeah.
real boxing opponents.
But I feel like Jake would probably do the Tommy Fury fight first because he has the rematch clause right now, and I don't know if he goes and does another fight, does that stay? And then, I don't know how that works.
I think if he goes out there and looks good against KSI, but again, it's like we're talking about another fight that doesn't even make sense. A fight with KSI is like,
I feel like Jake would wreck KSI.
but it's just that's the fight that people are getting excited about. That's
Just
what
'cause
drives me nuts.
These two, like, that storyline is so entertaining.
But
and
it's
they're
silly.
so famous.
It's just silly.
It is silly, but it's like, I don't know. It's that fight is pure celebrity boxing.
Yeah,
But
that fight
with
Tyron
two guys
Woodley,
who have spent a lot of time training boxing. Like, KSI has been, for the most part, as dedicated as Jake to boxing. Like, since he started doing the boxing, he's been training seriously. Unlike Logan, who's done it, like, on and off, gone into other things.
Yeah,
Him and Jake, that story arc has always been building because KSI beat Logan twice, and KSI's taking it seriously, and now KSI will, like, fight two guys in one night. He'll do all these crazy antics.
yeah. My thing is just like your brother is gonna fight your business partner. It's so weird to me.
But
And it seems like they genuinely have beef against each other. So it's just like if my brother was walking around with someone that they know I'm not cool with, that they know it's like on sight when I see him, kind of thing. I'm be kind of low key tight. Like, yo, what are you doing, bro?
Right. No, and like I'm so close with my brother. So if my brother has an enemy, I'm not doing business with him.
Yeah.
If it's a real enemy, like a guy who wants to punch me in the face and says he hates me, I'd be like, yeah, get out of my face. Like, you hate my brother, screw you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's like, I never get that. Like, it's your brother.
super weird.
You're like both celebrities. How is this a thing? You know what I mean?
I don't know.
It's a weird thing.